Take you through three most common tunnel routes for your topographical assessment to become a London private hire driver. I know many training organizations, they take you through about 6-7 tunnels, but trust me, these are the three that comes in the exam. Others, no one has told me that they have got it in their exam, including the Dartford Tunnel. So let us take you through these tunnels, and they come in the exam very frequently these days. On the 18th of November, a couple of days ago, we had two students that attended the topographical assessment, both in North Greenwich, and both one 9:30 a.m., one 2:30 p.m. or 2:45, and one had Rotherhithe Tunnel and Blackwall Tunnel in their exam, same exam. The other had the Limehouse Link and the Rotherhithe Tunnel, I believe, in their exam. So they come very frequently. So I'm going to take you through today Rotherhithe Tunnel from east of London to southeast. In other words, from north to south. And then I'm going to take you through Limehouse Link, and I'm also going to take you through Blackwall Tunnel. All the planning today will be in very much details with street view as well, so with images. We do provide training for topographical. There's plenty of materials available and options available on our website. Have a look at your own time. So let's start, and whenever we start, you should always start by clicking on the green button that says start on your exam, start drawing. And it's a good idea always to make a line between these 2 points. And as you can see, this is a quite long route. And it is one of the complicated one as well. So we always need to find, in this case, good to find a midpoint. And automatically, this station sign is the midpoint for me. Because if someone is capable of, obviously more than welcome, they can do it. But it's best to do in stages. So first of all, you try to come to this station sign, which is Limehouse Link, which is very close to our office. So remember, our office in East London, and most of the routes are in East London as well. So we know the area very well. So let's start beginning. Let's start, and first of all, we need to zoom in to the max. I'm going to produce another video on what happened when people don't zoom in, and why 50% of the people fail their topographical assessment. That's for later. It will take some time, but I'll upload it at some point. So when you have made your plan, and I'll explain my plan as we go along, and I'll tell you what not to do as well, and what are the common mistakes people make. First of all, you need to get rid of this line. Remember to get rid of this line. Do not keep this line. So it's gone. And now my interest is to come out of this exit and reach there. And my plan is to keep my line as straight as possible to that line, to this line, for example. So I'm coming to this station, and I want to keep close to this line as much as possible, as much as realistically possible. So let's begin then. The first mistake, as we have observed people doing, they do this. They click and they come out on this road to Grove Road, I believe this is. Yeah, this is Grove Road, and they come in. They don't realize this road is closed. There is no road. It's a dead end. And this map, to be honest with you, is not that user friendly. That clearly tells, because sometimes you can go through this line, sometimes you cannot, and we'll explain it when we go to Blackwall Tunnel. So there is no road. You can come in. It's a dead end, as I have said, and here you can see Lichfield Road, and there is a dead end. You can see that here is a dead end. So that means you cannot go through. It's only for cycles. Okay, so we cannot go to this number one. So that's not an option. Let's get rid of this. Second mistake we have seen people doing is this one. They try and come, and they try and go through, and then they try to turn here. So what we need to understand, these lines, before letter and after letter, when you have these lines in the middle of the road, this is called central reservation. A lot of us call it a divider of the road. So this is called central reservation, and you cannot go across a central reservation. This is a major mistake, and if you do this, That's it. You should not get any mark at all. Okay, so let's see it for ourselves. Here it is. Here is the, sorry, where is it gone? Yeah, this is the road that we talked about, from which we came out. And here you go. As we come to the top, you can see the sign says you need to turn left, and all the way on the Mile End Road, as we can see, sorry, clicked somewhere by mistake. All this is central reservation all the way. So all these roads, as we see, all the way it's a central reservation. You cannot turn from any of this road. Even if you try to come out College Square, this road here, and then Coburn Road, whichever one you want to come in through, is all central reservation and you cannot turn. If you do come this way, you will have to go this way, and then you will have to find another way to come back. But remember, in your exam there is no U-turn. In your exam on the map you cannot do a U-turn on the road. So so this is not a valid option as well. Secondly, what people try to do is they try to come out here, this road. Somehow they see there is a road here, because this gap here you see is because of to accommodate these two letters R and D, which is abbreviation of road. So there's no road. There's a solid lines between these two, so you cannot really exit. This is you cannot do. Let me show you in the larger scale of the map. Here you go. So there's nothing there that will take you there. So that this cannot be done. Okay, so we have talked about what cannot be done. So let's talk about what can be done now. So there's two ways you can come out. One, you go straight up, and then Alfred Street, and then come out, but it's a bit longer. The easier way for me to come out is from Litchfield Road. If I start keeping myself, remember we keep ourselves left, and I give you a tip here, so for you to understand. When you go from west to east, you stay on the top of the letter. When you come from east to west, you remain on the bottom of the letters. When you go south to north, you remain on the bottom of the letter, and when you come from north to south, you remain on the top of the letter, and this will automatically keep you on the left, and this will automatically prevent you from touching the line. Now lot of people try to avoid this road because they think this is a solid block there, so that means they cannot cross this road. So what they do, because they think there is a solid road and they cannot cross, and this line they get confused with. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about, because this is a train line which is above us, so it doesn't confuse. You should not get confused by this one. So as we can see here, so this is the train tracks that we are talking about, which is completely above us, so we should not get confused by that. So we should continue drawing, keeping ourselves on the left, and then until we read Until Road. Okay, so we carry on Until Road on the left, because our one way starts from here, so we should not be tempted to go into the middle of the road, because our one way hasn't started yet. So we keep us. So now here it's up to you. You can keep left, keep in the middle, doesn't matter, because you're on the one-way street. So now we are on Grove Road, and then again we use the letter. So we are coming down from north to south, so we keep on the top of the letter. So now we are here. So one major mistake, and despite of explaining many times, people make this mistake in our classes, as we have seen, that they're attempted to take Bardet Road. So remember, your entry point is here on the station sign. Now if you go into Bardet Road, you have gone too far from your let me just roughly do it. You have gone too far from your entry point, and this may lead to losing some marks in your exam. So, and also people get confused when they get here. And please, this is something you should not do. So can they turn here? Yes, there is a legitimate turning here. There is no issue with the turning. Here you go. So if you come here, there's a legitimate turning here. So you can actually turn from here onto this road. That's not a problem. But the point is, you have gone too far from your entry point. So see, if you draw a line between these 2 points, you have gone too far, whereas you should have kept close to this line. So let's undo this and get rid of all this. and then again zoom in and draw, because this is something I was showing you to avoid. So now before we turn here onto Myland Road, there's this what do you call it, this solid line with this green color get people confused as well. And this is something is not to worry about. This is a footover bridge that's connecting two parts of the Myland Park. So again, nothing to worry about, and we should really continue without any hesitation. So let's continue, and then when you come here, then we get into Harford Road. So this Harford Road will lead us to what we're trying to go. So let's continue. Ben Jonson Road we should go across. Aston Street, now we are on, and then we should continue. Let's continue. And then we have gone into now Salmon Lane. When you come to Salmon Lane, and this is my entry point, we have three choices. These two roads, Barnet Street and Yorkshire Road, both are one ways from this side, so you cannot really enter, and we don't need to go to street view. Here you can see there's a Barnet Street and a Yorkshire Road, so both are no entries. We cannot, in reality, we cannot come down to these roads, but in the map there is no marks, so we can turn here, we can turn here as well, and this is the most legitimate what in real life. So we will go to Barnet Street and we'll turn, and then we'll enter. And this is a critical bit here, that as we enter the tunnel, sorry, I've gone in the middle of the road a bit, sorry, let's clear this. Yeah, so try remain left here. So this is the critical bit here as we come into the tunnel. Okay, remember one thing, once you see one tunnel approach, and then unless you see another tunnel approach, then everything else is irrelevant to you. So we need to understand which ones is our lines, which ones are our lines, and which one we should be keeping as our border. So as we come in to this point here, okay, so there is now everything else become irrelevant to me. See, so we got into the tunnel and there is nothing I have any relationship with. We just continue onto the tunnel and everything else is irrelevant to me. So before we go in, so let's explain the border. So this is the border for me, for the left hand side, this is my border. So this is the border I should not be touching, and the other border is in here. So these are the borders I should not at all be touching. Okay, so I should keep myself in a good distance with that. And another thing that get people confused is the Butcher Row on top. Now Butcher Row is on top, as I have said already, and we're under the tunnel. Is nothing to do with me. Before we go on, here is Butcher Row. It leads us to City, and it leads us to Limehouse Link Tunnel. Okay, it leads us to Limehouse Link Tunnel. Here you go. So, and there, from here you cannot see anything at all. So, and this we have jumped from Butcher Row into the Rotherhithe Tunnel. Okay, so it's nothing to do with me. So you can touch this line without any without any issue. We can touch this line, and you should click on this line. So this will keep you nicely on the left of the line and not touching my line for the tunnel. So one thing to remember, as we have explained, once you go into the highway, please do not continue here. Then you are jumping out of the tunnel, which is not realistic, not possible. So this is highway has got nothing to do with me. It's underneath. And once you are inside the tunnel, you are see the broken roads. When you see these broken roads, then you are under the tunnel, inside the tunnel, and inside the tunnel, everything else on top is irrelevant to you. It has got nothing to do with you. And this tunnel itself is a two-way tunnel, so we need to keep left. So let me quickly show you. Here you go. As you see, traffic flowing from both sides, and nothing there on top of us. Nothing at all there on top of us which can stop us from driving. For example, this road coming up, this road here. So everything is on top, and I have nothing to do with them. I can just simply ignore them and continue my drawing as usual without any hesitation. Now, we have seen the other tunnel approach. That means we are now out of the tunnel. So all these roads will become relevant to me, and now I need to exit the tunnel very nicely, and then let me show you. Here you go. Here is the exit of the tunnel. So we're outside. We can see the daylight compared to the way it was inside the tunnel. So once you are out of the tunnel, if you're driving there, be careful. There is a average speed camera there as well. So do not try to drive more than 20 miles per hour on Rotherhithe Tunnel unless they change it in the future. So we still keep ourselves on the left, and then we continue. And then this roundabout, we take the fast exit. And this is, once we go into the lower road, it's very simple. So we just continue ourselves on the left, and that we continue. A lot of people try to turn here. Look, there is a thick edge and there is a thin edge. Okay, when there's a thick edge and a thin edge, we should always, our driving should be keeping this thick edge on the left. So if you try to turn here, it's a major mistake again. There will be no point in your what do you call it, for this drawing. You will get anything at all. And if you want to see it, I think I have it here. Here you go. Here you go. This is where you cannot at all turn. Okay, this is traffic coming from this way. So this is the road we're talking about. This is the road we talked about, and here you go. Hoxton Road, I believe it is called. Here you go, Hoxton Road, yes. So you cannot turn in on this one. If you do so, do anything like this, it's a major mistake and no marks. So let's carry on. We are almost there now. So one of the things people do when they're on the lower road, they continue this way. This arrow do get people confused so much, and this is something you should not doing. What I have done, you should not be doing, because you have a turning here. It's a very legitimate turning here, and this is where we should turn all the time. So let's see it again. Here you go. Here is my turning. We're lower road and there's a legitimate turning here. I can easily turn onto this road without any problem. Okay. So there's no issue for me to come and turn. I give way. I wait, and then I go on to continue onto this road. No problem at all whatsoever. So we turn in, and then here, remember where the arrow finishes, the one-way finishes. And second thing, from a one-way street, you can always exit. That's not a problem at all. Exiting from a one-way road is not an issue at all whatsoever. Okay, so we can exit this one-way road without any hesitation, without any problem. And here it is. If you want to see it, here is the road, and you can see the name of the road on the floor as well. So you can simply exit this road, not a problem. Oldfield Grove, and then we keep ourselves left, and then that's it. We finish in our destination. Make sure to click on the stop drawing button once you have finished. So let us see now the drawing, all of the drawing together, and let's try to draw a line and see. It's pretty much straight. Okay, and we have avoided everything that we need to avoid. Okay, no problem. So there's no issue. We have come out as we're supposed to do. We have not gone on to the central reservation. We have not used Bardet Road. We have kept ourselves very close, and we have entered the tunnel, and there isn't much to do once you enter the tunnel. And obviously, and then we have reached our destination and avoided all the major mistakes. So if you do it the way we have done it, you should secure full marks on this. You normally get one tunnel question in your topographical exam, and Limehouse Link, which is very close to our office, is just one of them. As usual, in your exam, before you start drawing a route, you should always start with clicking the start drawing button, and then obviously you make a line between 2 points if you wish to see where you're going, as we have done it here. And then once you have made a plan and you want to, you know exactly where you're going, and then obviously you can just simply carry on, and make sure you clear this blue line. You don't keep that line in your drawing, otherwise that will be considered as part of your drawing. Okay, so let us now begin our drawing, and advice is that you always zoom in to the maximum capacity to see exactly where you're going. coming out is not an issue because this is dead end, it is a dead end, so we don't have no option but to come out to the highway here. Okay, and some people do get confused by this line. So this is a broken line, and this is part of the Rotherhithe Tunnel, which is underneath the highway. So these broken lines, when you see a tunnel approach and when you see the other tunnel approach, you are still in the tunnel. So you do not really need to avoid this. You can simply draw over this. Okay. So in your exam, it will not be said that for you to, the instruction will not be there for you to use a certain tunnel. But obviously when you see it, and that's, there is a bit of a complication in terms of how you come out, and this is what TfL wants to see how you deal with it. So advises that you use the tunnel. So we go into the tunnel, and then when you are in the tunnel, you will see these broken lines, and the broken lines indicates a tunnel, that you are inside the tunnel now. So everything else on top become irrelevant. Okay, so for example, this branch road is on top of you. Okay, this is coming with solid lines, and we are in the broken lines. So this does not we should not really get confused because of this branch road, because it's underneath. And also there is a central reservation between two tunnels, the separate tunnels with both sides of the tunnel having 2 lanes, so we can easily keep ourselves in the middle, so to show we are not touching the pavement or the sides. Yeah, so we continue on the tunnel, and we continue, and this is where we have got to make a decision, and I'm going to show you some of the mistakes that people make during their exam, as we have observed them in our classroom. One is that, and this is the most weird one people do, and I've seen it over time and time again, they try and come through this, what do you call it, this is an entrance to the tunnel. They're exiting the tunnel thinking this is a slip road. This is a slip road to get into the tunnel, not to come out of the tunnel. And how do you know this? When you have a solid line, thick line, and when you have a thin line, that you always drive by keeping that thick line on the left. So this is an entrance from this road here to go into the tunnel. Okay, and also our exit is there. So that's one mistake that we should not at all be doing. Number one. Second mistake people do, they continue on the tunnel. So if you continue on this tunnel and then you have no exit, that means you cannot come out here, because this is again a solid line, and we are on the broken line. That means we are still in the tunnel. So if you do this, that's it, done. You get no marks at all. Yeah, okay. This is not as worse as that one, because that doesn't involve any mistake as yet. So now if you do come this way, what will happen? You'll have to go all the way up to here and take this roundabout and come back on A1261, and then you have to go and finish at your destination. So just have a look how far you have gone from your destination. So this option is also something we should not be doing at all. This should be completely avoided. Now let me show you the one you should be doing. Purpose of showing this so that you can avoid this mistake, and we observe them people doing. Again, this is on top of you, doesn't bother because you're underneath. Now you are coming out of the tunnel using the slip road. Okay, and if I can show you, so it's much more clear for you. Here it is. Yeah, so Limehouse Link tunnel, you come out of the tunnel here, and then you have a choice to turn right or turn left. And then here, this mistake is here, that again people try to go up this way. This roundabout here get them confused, and I'll explain them both. So they try to go up, and then again they're joining this road here, Dock Street or East India Dock Street, and then again same thing happens that I have shown, that as you come out of the tunnel here, then you have to go around, come back and finish off your job. So what you need to do is turn here, West Ferry Road, and then continue. The area of confusion is these lines. People try to do this. because they're avoiding the lights. So what we need to understand, there's a two sets of roundabouts. First set of roundabout is on the bottom of the at the bottom, and this indicated by this broken line. See these broken lines. See these broken lines, broken lines, broken lines. That means this is on the bottom, and these broken lines, this is also you can touch. These broken lines are the circle for the roundabout at the bottom. That means it's underneath. Okay, number one. And this circle, solid line, and this break is an exit, by the way. This is not a broken line. This is an exit to a hotel there. So this solid line represent the roundabout on top. Okay, and this solid circle represent the roundabout on top. If I can show you, here you go. So you see two sets going up. This is one set is for the roundabout on the top, and the second set. So obviously it doesn't take me, it doesn't allow me to go there, so I can't show you in much more details. So to go to your destination here, before it used to be Upper Bank Street, so you could have taken this one at either lower level, or you can have taken the upper level. So one thing to understand, if I can undo a bit, if you decide to come through the lower level, and obviously you can, no problem. You can come and join this road. Yes, but then you will find it very difficult. You find it very, very difficult to get to your destination, because you'll have to then, not difficult, but it will be long. You have to come around here, Bank Street, Upper Bank Street, go up and then coming down. And this is something you want to avoid that, under all circumstances. Yeah. So rather we'll come use this top part of the roundabout, the top roundabout, and then rest is so easy. So you come one click here. When there is a solid straight line, you don't need to do multi clicks. You do one click is enough for you. So you come around again, and then you always finish at your bottom here. So if you do this, and let's draw a line between 2 points, and it's pretty much close, because you cannot drive on the river there. You cannot drive on the river there. So it's pretty much close, as you can see here, to our destination. And if you do it, then you should secure full marks on this one. Let's undo this line. Let me show you an alternative route as well that people try to do in a different color, but this is not recommended at all. So Butcher Row, this is completely avoiding the tunnel. Okay, that means you are not using the tunnel at all. So you carry on. This is legit, by the way. This is all legit. There is no issues. If you use this route as well, is fine, but you might lose some mark, and there is a way for you to compare. Okay, so you can. This is the second option, but obviously you have gone a bit away. Limehouse Link itself is a bit away because there is no road. You cannot drive on the river, as we have said before. Now, if you do this one, then obviously there is a chances of you losing mark as well. Okay, because you have gone too far from this line. That's the closest, and whole purpose, as we have said before, that they want to see how you use the tunnel. Okay, how you use the tunnel. So that's it really. Make sure this line is taken away, and obviously you don't do two lines as we have done it. So if you do the one we have done with the blue lines, you should secure full marks. Make sure when your drawing is done, you make sure to click on the stop drawing button. This is Blackwall Tunnel, and you can say this is a historical route planning for topographical assessment, which hasn't changed in many years. It's same starting point and same ending point as well. Also, we need to keep in mind that TfL is still using the older version of the map. So many changes that had happened on the route for many route plannings does not actually reflect on the map that is being used at the moment. So let's move on. As usual, you may want to draw a line. Make sure once you have finished your planning, then you get rid of that line. Otherwise, that will be considered as part of your drawing in the exam, and this is where you don't get any marks for that. It's a long route, as you can see, so it's always a good idea to find a midpoint that you want to come here, and then from that you can move on. So midpoint is this junction, could be our midpoint here. As we can see, this junction could be our midpoint and we can come here, but this is a very simple route, trust me. There's not much of a complication. Some of the mistakes and some of the areas where people get confused, I will explain it to you with street view as well, and that will be very clear today. So first of all, obviously our planning has been done already. First of all let us get rid of this blue line before we even start, and always we need to zoom in as much as possible so we are not making any mistakes at all in our route planning. So Wrexham Road is our starting point, and let me show you what people do first and then we'll move on. A lot of people do this to join the tunnel, so they don't even consider, they don't even see that solid line here which doesn't allow you to go sometime, and this map is confusing. Like for example, in a bit we'll do it here and we'll go through this solid line. So which solid line means what? This is something you need to know as well. But this is a no, you cannot do it because there is a barrier there. If I can show you, so let me show you. Here it is. This is Wrexham Road, and you can see there's no connection. Okay, there's a dual carriageway there, and this road ended here. Okay, so we cannot go through this. So this is not doable. We cannot do that at all. So we get rid of this, and then first of all you need to come out of Wrexham Road. So nicely keeping yourself left. Yeah, on the left, and then we keep coming here. And when you go here, then we need to make a choice. Okay, and this is a bit we need to understand really well. It is critical a bit because three things happening here. One is a flyover that's going on top. If I can show, it is. So you can see this is the flyover we're talking about. It goes on top. So if we go onto the flyover, that means you have gone over, and this is the tunnel approach here. So you have missed it, and if you go, you have to go all the way. Okay, some people some people do something funny. They come up to here and they turn here, then turn here. So let's see if I can show, and if this take us on top of the flyover. Yes. So what they have done actually is this. Oh no, it doesn't take me. So from the flyover they're jumping on the road. From the flyover they're actually jumping on the road. This is something you cannot do either. Okay, so we have to go this way, and this is underpass, and but these broken lines tell me this broken line tells me that this is an underpass. So this underpass is underneath. Okay, this roundabout is in the middle, and this flyover is on top. So we have avoided the flyover, so nothing to do with us no more. So let's see if I can show you this is the roundabout, and this is the flyover on top, and that's a roundabout. You're going round and coming and join the tunnel approach. Okay, and here is the underpass, the one we talked about, this underpass there. Here it is. Yeah, so I think the concept is very clear to you now, and you should have a good understanding that what is happening here. So we need to keep ourselves here on the middle part, which is the roundabout, and we need to keep on coming. And once you have done this, there isn't much of a complication for the street route planning as well. You just need to follow this road, and that's it. And obviously it's a two-way tunnel, so there's a divider in the middle, and we just need to keep on moving. So we're almost halfway through now. We're approaching halfway through now, and I'll show you another major mistake that people make, so you don't do it. And this is a line that doesn't bother me because this broken lines means it's an underpass. It is going under the road. So any road that has this kind of a broken lines, any road with broken line, that means it's under me. Something solid is on top of me. Okay, so we keep coming, and this is a massive area of confusion for a lot of people. Okay, so because the way I have explained the solid line in Wrexham Road, so a lot of people think this is a blockage, means they cannot go through, and this is the road has ended here. So what they try to do, be very funny. Um, because of this central reservation, they don't take this road, they come this way and they try and go into the tunnel like this. This part is fine because there is a thick line and there is a thin line. When there is a thick line and thin line, you always drive by keeping yourself the thick line on the left. So this is okay. But this line here, so thick and thin, that means this is a line for people to join the Blackwall Tunnel from this side. So if they're coming from west towards east, they will turn left here and turn around and go on to join the tunnel. So if you come here, it's a complete no entry for you, and you cannot at all do that. Okay, and obviously there's no point of explaining that. Obviously you cannot be here either. So we undo it. So this solid line is a, what do you call it, over bridge, yeah. So, and we're going underneath the bridge. Okay, so flyover, if I can show you, not this one, this is the one. Okay, this is the, and you've got vehicle running on top of it, and then you can easily what do you call it, drive through it and go in and etc. Obviously it doesn't let us go any further, so that's not an issue. So you can come through this one, no problem, and then you can continue. Now this is a massive area of confusion for a lot of people, and someone has done it in training, that because of this Blackwall Tunnel approach, they get confused and somehow they start coming this way. So again, you need to look at the thick and thin line. So there's a thick line and thin line. That means you should always be driving by keeping this line on your left. So you should be going this way, not coming this way. Your line is this one, and there's a central reservation. There's a divider in between that will take you through, isn't it? And also, these once you are getting into the tunnel, again, this is on top. This is on top, so it doesn't bother me. So you can keep coming. That's not a problem, as I have shown you for the previous one. Yeah. So let's get rid of this. Okay, so we continue on this line. So remember, it's a two-way tunnel, yeah, and this is on top of us, so it doesn't bother me. Now we are entering the actual tunnel. That was a tunnel approach, and we are now entering the tunnel. Again, once you are inside the tunnel, again the broken lines, all of these are on top of me. All of these are on top of me, so it doesn't bother anymore. So we can continue. No point of showing you street view again and again, but I should have an idea. You can keep yourself in the middle. So a lot of people try to keep it left because it's a one-way tunnel for you now, and it's a broken line. So everything on top like this, whatever you drive, doesn't bother me. Anything does not bother me because everything is on top of me or underneath me, because I am underneath now. So we have come across the other tunnel approach now. So remember one thing that I like to highlight here: whenever you do a route planning with tunnels, once you have seen one tunnel approach here, once you have seen one tunnel approach, which was here, okay, and obviously it says tunnel approach here as well, unless you see the other tunnel approach, you are still inside the tunnel. So now the indication is very clear there now that we have seen the other tunnel approach. That means we are out of the tunnel now. Okay, we're getting out of the tunnel. So we need to come out of the tunnel and then make a decision as to what we want to do. So shall we continue or shall we finish it? Our destination is here, Mauritius Road. Okay, so a lot of people again get confused because of this solid line, but this is like a flyover. It's not a flyover, but obviously there's a road underneath as well, what you call it, underpass as well. So there is a drivable. I'll show you in a bit anyway. So but let me show you what people do, and this is another area of confusion. Then because to avoid this, people try to go this way, and this is a bus line. Bus line is blue color, restricted access. That means you cannot do it. So this is how this place look like. This is what it is. It's a foot over bridge. Okay, this is a foot over bridge, and anytime you see a solid two solid lines with white lines on top of a road. This is a foot-over bridge, so we can come across it without any issue. Okay, one thing you should not be doing at all is this, that should not be continuing, because if you continue here, you'll have to keep continuing until you exit and come round and go and finish it off. No issues much of, and it's not a mistake, but you lose significant amount of mark because you have taken the longer route, not the shortest, not the most direct route. Okay, so okay, so we undo it and then we continue on this route. Again, you can keep it a middle thick line and thin line, that means a one way for me. Okay, and now we come into the roundabout, we go around the round nicely. I like my drawing to be very neat and clean, and so this is where you should not get confused at all, and this is exactly how it looks like. Okay, so this is like a mini flyover, as you can say, and there's roads going underneath, and this is where we are going to go to our destination, and there's easily we can go without much of an issue. Yeah, there's no issue, there's no problem at all for us to get here. So we do exactly the same as we have done on the map, and then we come here and then we keep ourselves up and go in. Okay, don't scream, don't shout. I've done it on purpose so that you know what you're doing. So this bit here is a dead end. It's a road blocked road, closed road, whatever you want to call it, and this is something we cannot use or approach. Yeah, so whenever we see these lines, that means we cannot drive through these roads. So here it is. There you go. This is Wrexham Mauritius Road, as you can see, and you can see that it's a dead end there. Yeah, so you cannot approach it, and this is a very common mistake people make. And let me show you the other one. And as you come out of this road, and even if you take the next road, is also a dead end. Can you see? So the sign is already there, and also as you go in, you can see it's blocked off. So this road and this road we cannot take. Let me tell you something else as well. Telcon Way, in reality, there is no entry there as well. It's a building blocks now, and the road ends here. That means you cannot come, because this is the older version of the map. If you will be given this map on the exam until it is changed, then you can easily come this way. If it is blocked off, there is a sign. If they decide to use the newer version of the map, you can always come down this way, take a right here, and then a left, and then go and finish off your drawing. Okay, if that happens. So let's undo it and let's finish it off. Yeah, okay, so make sure to keep ourselves left. Okay, not on our side, on the right, please. Yeah, left. We maintain ourselves on the left, and then that's it. So if you do this drawing the way it is done, you should definitely secure 100% mark, and this road normally gets you 20 marks. Yeah, so without any hesitation you should get 20% mark on this. For training, we only provide one-to-ones and some self-practice as well, and some combination of both if you want, and you can always take advantage of the home access, which is currently from £40. Also, there is multiple choice question that covers 25% of the marks. This mock tests are available with real exam questions on our website for you to purchase. So you can always go visit our website or call us on the number on the screen if you want to book it up. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for watching.